What's up? It's your boy Matto, and welcome back to another Teamfight Tactics review video. Okay, so this one is gonna be sick. I'm gonna be reviewing a new busted build called the Locket Sorcerers. Also, I'll be doing a brief explanation on how to itemize and what champs to look out for this composition. Thank you. Alright guys, so let's quickly go over what you'll need to actually build this composition. First up, core items. You're gonna need 3 needlessly large rod and 3 chain vest, because together, with their powers combined, make Locket. Now, really quick, I want you guys to go crazy for these rods and these chain vests. Every carousel round, those 2 items are going to be your utmost priority. Needlessly large rod and chain vests are the only things you guys are going to have eyes for, and that's it. Now with that being said, what does Locket even do? So at the start of combat, the wearer and its adjacent allies will receive a 200 HP shield. So now our goal is to obtain 3 of those lockets so we can give our entire team a 600 HP shield at the start of fights. And it gets better, trust me. So now that we have our item goals set, what champions do we buy, right? So here's part 2, champions. We're gonna go for every single sorcerer we can afford. So now why sorcerers, right? Well, to answer that, let's take a look at their passive. So when you have 3 of them out, your entire team gets 35% increase in spell damage. And when you have 6 out, your team gets 100% increase in spell damage. Now, this is the most bonkers part and the most important part, because randomly the sorcerer's spell damage increase also affects the Locket health size. So let's just give one more example and then we can move on to the game. So let's say we had 1 Locket out with 3 sorcerers. The increased spell damage from the sorcerers would affect the Locket by 35%, bumping it from a 200 HP shield to 270. Now let's look at our late game composition. Let's just put in 1 Locket, let's keep it simple, but 6 sorcerers. The 6 sorcerers will give us 100% increase in spell damage. Now let's apply that to the Locket, which is 200, so it essentially doubles it. So our Lockets will be giving 400 HP shields to our entire team per Locket. So now you can imagine what the full build looks like, which is 3 Lockets, 6 sorcerers, which is going to give our entire team 400 HP per Locket. So a whopping total of 1200 HP shields across the entire team. I'm sorry, that is absolutely insane. So I have nothing else to say. I just want to explain to you guys a bit of how the composition works, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And thank you guys for listening to my explanation. I gotta get better at this kind of stuff. Okay, so here we just grabbed the Lulu. She was just such a value pick, right? Because she has the needlessly large rod, and she's a sorcerer. So I was like, yo, let's go. What a perfect way to start the game. And somehow if I wanted to sell her, she's also worth 2 gold. Like, I don't think there could have been a better drop than a Lulu rod. So Rito's like, alright, you gonna go Solari deck. I'm like, alright, back off, okay? Don't tell me what to do. What if I just juked you guys out and just went 6 Rabadons on my sorcerers? So we just scrapping some creeps with Lulu. Should be easy clap. I'm running around with my Demacian Silverwing. And things looking really nice. And what do you know? What a perfect game to showcase the power of Solari sorcerers. Immediately the first item we get is a Locket. Yo, let's go. So this pack we pick up 2 Darius, and I never really touched up on the economy route in my introduction. So basically what you want to value in this build is your economy the most. You don't reroll, you don't level up. All you do is work your way to 50. And so you're still going to choose the most optimal champions on the way there. So the double Darius is really nice early on. Though he's most likely not going to fit in our... Look at that, we get another rod and a BF sword. This is probably the most busted item starts I've ever had. So we pick up the Void Boys. 2 Kha'Zix and 2 Kassadin. Kassadin was a huge pickup here. He's going to be pretty pivotal in our early game sorcerer spike. Now, literally, if we find 1 more, we already get that 35% increase in spell damage. So this game's looking kind of nice. We chillin'. So Solari is just great because on top of the shield, right? You still get the 20 armor and the 20% increased ability power for that champion. So it's just absolutely insane. One more creep round and we can start scrapping some hammers. Thank you. So like I said, the game plan is to just get to 50 gold as fast as possible. This pack is pretty nuts, right? So we get the second copy for both Kassadin and Lulu, which is pretty nice. Here my decision was to run the 2 knights with Lulu because they do get that 20 damage block if the Smash Bros are out, and then that paired with the Solari shield this early. That's actually pretty damn tanky. I go ahead and just commit the other rod to Lulu. It's not the biggest deal. So we're scrapping Lemon Seed, who's rocking that filthy little legend, who does that annoying scream when he wins. But unfortunately, we're looking like we're getting clapped because he went ahead and leveled up. So he had 4 units to our 3. But look at these hammers just scrapping. Yeah. That is also a level 2 Kassadin with a recurve bow. So the odds of winning that were pretty low. Not the worst though, because you already know what we going for. We chilling. This pack was pretty massive for our early game. We pick up the Darius too, and now our front line is bonkers tanky. Like, we got the Knight synergy on those boards with a nice Solari proc for 200 in the beginning. And Darius is just gonna cleave through his freaking foes like a crazy orc. Alright, so let's see who we scrap. Early wins are still pivotal for this comp because your late game isn't insured, you still can't take a lot of damage early. So we're going against Selenas, who's rocking a Zeke's Lissandra. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. He still hasn't ripped through our level 1 Garen because of the night bonus, the Lulu ult, and the Solari shield. This guy's so sad. So here I had the decision to go to the 10 gold to start getting our interest. But I decided to just increase our bench size. And here is, oh man, we pick up the Kassadin 2 this early. That's super pivotal for our early game. Because Kassadin is just an absolute terror. That mana sap is disgusting. So literally, this early game is going pretty perfectly, I would say. Alright, here we go. Getting a win here would be pretty good against Ghoul. I don't know why he has a comma in his name. Pretty awkward. So this is pretty good, right? Initially, all his focus is going onto our Darius. This man is running a Noble Ranger comp right now. We get a fat double knockup with Lulu onto the Garen, who's our second best tank. Massive spin damage. We can't get through that Noble shield. Fiora's healing a bunch. 2 ultimates for our Lulu though, that's pretty nice. So ultimately we do lose and I decide to sell my bench so we can start making income. And we actually go down to the very first pick, which is pretty much what we want. So we're not in the worst spot right now, keeping it close. So here, I just immediately book it to Zed, right? Because I know I have 1 locket completed and I have a needlessly large rod on Lulu. So the cloth armor was perfect. So we have our double Solari spike. And it's not even, we're not even to the Krugs yet. So this is just an absolutely beautiful start. On average, you'll probably start finishing your Solaris like on the 3rd carousel, I want to say. So this spike is absolutely massive. We're 2 items away from completing our item goal. So look at that immediate shield. 400 HP across our whole team. Another thing I didn't touch on the introduction is, for me, I think the Solari stacking is balanced. The thing that I have a problem with is the shield is constant. So as you notice right now, Lulu still has the full 400 value shield on her. Right? In League of Legends, that shit goes away, you know? You can pop the shield, but like it doesn't stay. That's a problem. Like, holy crap, this is way too busted. Because I like how if you stack Solari, you have like a counter to assassins, right? They have to try to burst you down, but like if the shield stays, it just makes you too good against like ranger comps or people who can't touch your backline immediately, because then the shield just stays on them and your tanks, right? So they gotta cut through everyone who's essentially a Cho'Gath. That's just disgusting. So that round was a clean win. Like I said, we're just really powerful right now. Also, at the end of the round, we were able to get to the 20 gold to earn 2 interest. So, ooh, that was a nice win. Really pivotal. So this guy looking like he's just rocking a knight comp with a really, really strong Varus. Look how many autos he's already sunk into our Darius, and he's just popping through the shield now. Like, that's nuts, man. Holy crap. This is the crazy thing too, is our team comp right now doesn't have insane damage. We're pretty weak, but look how long we're just scrapping. Ah, clutch Lulu ult. But Varus went untouched, so he was able to just stack up his Rage Blade and bring us down, but we kept it pretty close. Not bad. So here we pick up the Darius upgrade, which pretty much solidifies our win against Krugs. And we also have 30 gold, so we'll be earning that 3 interest at the end of the round, which is just really, really, really good. You know, your economy is just very powerful when you get to Krugs and you're at 30 gold. You manage your golden economy pretty damn well. So 2 items we're looking for, right? Said before, we just want the rod and we just want that freaking chain vest at all costs. So we position all our units to the right. We mob the lone Krug, the emo Krug. Listens to too much Green Day, but can't blame him. Green Day's pretty sick. And yeah. Just looking for our sorcerers now, to be honest. Gotta clap these Krugs, Miss Gala Elep. Shot in Nebeka. But look, like Lulu, I cannot believe the shield doesn't fade though. That is absolutely the most. That's the thing that just puts it to tier 1, in my opinion. The shield not fading is just disgusting. So this is looking like a chill round. This is the absolute last round. You have an opportunity to do the hyper rolling strat, because we are still level 4, 2 XP off hitting 5. If we wanted to spend all our gold to try to gold units, we could. But like I said before, it's not the priority in this comp. This comp, you want to just strengthen your economy at all costs. So this one's pretty sick because I positioned my crew all the way to the left so we can't get dirtied by assassin flanks. And we still are able to shield our entire team. Unfortunately, we get paired up against some rangers, so our Garen kind of took a long time to get to the back line, but not the worst, because look at these shields, man. He has 3 DPSers and our Kassadin's still up. That's so fucking sick. Yeah. Let's Beyblade. Look how clean our Garen is. He span right before the bomb blew up, so he didn't take that magic damage. Clapped up icy defeat. And there it is. So we get the RE perfectly as we hit level 5 as well. So we don't even have to take out a unit to run our triple sorcerer. So this is a really good spike for us, right? The triple sorcerer bonus comes into play. We get the 35% increase in spell damage. So our shields are now shielding for 270 per. So at the start of every single fight, our entire team is going to get 540 HP worth of shielding. Look at this. This is absolutely insane. We get paired up against the first place guy as well, who's looking like he's rocking triple assassin with a freaking fed Sojin pike. And look at this. Look at him complaining. He's like, what the F are those 2 shields? That is a level 2 Kha'Zix. And they have not cut through anything yet. Yo, I hit him with the McChickens. So man is like, that's insane. Gotta hit him with the freaking McDonald's Spash Bar. I'm from Hawaii, bruh, so gotta rip the McChickens. So at this point, we're just chilling, right? All we want to do is slowly level and find the rest of our sorcerer crew. strengthen up the cul-de-sac and just slap everyone, to be honest. So this guy looking like he's rocking gunslingers, but his front line is pretty lackluster. So let's see how this goes. He puts his red buff on Tristana, which it's pretty efficient, right? Because with the gunslinger passive, she can get multiple hits and proc a bunch of red buff percent damage. But the thing is with that, the thing I don't like about red buff on carries is they can't utilize the tank stats too efficiently, right? Unless she goes up against assassins, that giant's belt and chains vest is essentially wasted. So we make it to our third carousel round, and we went from last place to first, right? And I'm talking about like groups, because when you get released, you get released in pairs. So me and the assassin guy I taunted with McChickens are gonna be picking together. Also, one thing I want to note on is when I recorded this video, it was like when Solari Sorcerers were just on the come up. And so the beautiful thing about this build is nobody really prioritizes chain vests and rods. So as you can see, I pick very last and I still get a tier 3 unit with a rod. So I can sell it for 3 gold and I also get the item I want. Like, it's not like this build requires recurve bows, right? Or BF swords. It requires rods and chain vests, which can be contested sometimes for people who are pursuing Phantom Dancers and Gwinsus, but it's nowhere near as high a priority as, I would say, BF swords or obviously spatulas. So, and this round I went ahead and leveled and threw in Blitzcrank just so I could get cheesy pulls, because he does start off with his ultimate and we have the sorcerer spell bonus. His pull is just going to do that much more damage, right? As you can see, this is my favorite opponent from this game. The man who went Zeke's Lissandra. What a legend, Selena's. Hope to see you in ranked in the future, pal. I also got to give you props for rocking the Demacian Silverwing. That's my Buddha. Oh, there's that girl, man. That Morgana. Let's go. Slowly picking up our Sorks. That's the whole game plan here. And with that win, we tie for first. So we got the Chirp gang up all the way up on the top. And here I pick up the Sedge and put her in. She's going to do a bit more than the Blitzcrank in terms of she synergizes well with our 2 knights. And if her ultimate goes off, right, with the increased spell damage, she's just going to nuke people. Oh, we're going up against young McChicken. Look like he's rocking Imperial Assassins with no frontline. Watch his Assassins versus our squishy Sorcerers. Morgana should be dead right now, if you notice, but he was not able to pound through the shields, and she was able to get her ults off. Like, tell me not, man. Let's go. Holy crap. Let's clap the Assassins. He stood no chance, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. So we pick up another Sedge and a Morg, and just putting some gold into XP. We're trying to hit higher levels so we have a higher chance of hitting our Karthus and our A-Souls. We also have not run into a Vhagar yet. He's going to be pretty key to our composition as well. One thing I really like about this build is you can rock Lulu and Vhagar, who are both Yordles, and then have Gnar as your front line. So everybody will receive, those 3 will receive the Yordle buff, and then Gnar also synergizes well because we'll also have Ahri thrown into our sorcerers, who is also a wild. So he is going to always be the tank you prioritize. I think I learned that later on though, because I don't think I prioritized grabbing him this game. When I tweaked the Solari Sorcerer build more and more, I started to realize that Gnar is just, he's pretty much core in this composition, because he gets free dodge and free attack speed. So I look around a bit, see what everyone else is going, see if I can get a pretty good reposition. It's always good to just move your units around, just because if you're in first, people could always just tab to you and see how you're positioned, right? Because they want to stop you from winning even more, because if you have a very powerful win streak going, you can just snowball the game out of control. This guy looks strong though. If you notice on the right, he spent a lot of his gold. So he's pretty happy with his composition, I would think. He's also running 4 rangers, so his DPS is massive here. Let's see how this ends. Oh, look at that Vayne. Oh, he also has a noble buff going too. His comp is sick. Nice Morgana ult though. We get the stun on Vayne. See if Lulu can ult. Oh, she gets the ult off. Bro, but the Rangers channeling their inner Legolas. They're able to cut through our shields and stop our spree. Damn you, ghoul. You son of a... Okay, so fatty spike for us. We get the Morgana upgrade. Our transition into the late game right now is looking like we prioritize getting that last chain vest for the triple Solari. And we hella need the 6 sorcerers out, right? Because that 100% increase on the shield is the biggest spike we'll ever get. And obviously everyone's ults are just going to be on crack after we put in 6 sorcerers. So this is sick, right? I put in Blitz again just in case I go up against the Rangers. Because if I pull the Vayne, he insta loses. And now look, our Morgana looking hella nice. Being upgraded. Ah, just swinging those demon auto attacks. Yeah. Woo. Oh, this Lucian though. He fighting. No. Hey, I respect that Lucian. I love how they gave him his dash, by the way. Making a mobile unit in an auto chess game is absolutely brilliant. I gotta just give credit where credit's due. So this round we pick up the upgrade on Ahri and also on Darius. And then we pick up another Veigar. So no fat spikes yet besides the Ahri, but let's see what I decide to do if I choose to play Blitz over her. Okay, yeah, this is the better move, I feel like. If we go up against like a clumped team, Ahri's ultimate just shreds. And ooh, this man has a golden Warwick who has Titanic, Thornmail, Dragon's Claw with a Gwynsu's Cassidon. Let's see how much damage he can pierce through our shields. He still has not popped through our front line yet. Do you guys see the power of this composition? Oh, he has a Sojin Veigar as well. This man is a unit. Oh, look. Wow, this fight is actually really intense. Okay. Oh, Lulu with the ult. So she gets the second part. She stuns. Wow, Lulu is soloing Draven. Yikes. Wow, and it ends in a draw. That was sick. Holy crap. That was amazing for us because we weren't going to pop through that Warwick. That man was going to carry that fight. But do you see that? We were able to stall that out. The coolest thing about this comp is the shields make up for the sorcerer's weakness. Because sorcerers, all they're trying to do is not get bursted so they can ult you. Because if sorcerers ult, you lose. That's their game plan. And that's why it's so busted with the Solari shield, because it ensures that they'll get their ultimates off. But yo, look at this, right? We get the last chain vest, and I had the opportunity to grab the vest on Veigar, who is worth more gold than Lulu. But if you notice on my bench, I already had 2 Veigars, so buying him would have immediately upgraded him, and my upgraded Veigar would have had the chain vest stuck on him, which would have sucked because we want to stack it onto our Lulu. So this is insane, right? We get the triple Solari, our item goal has been set, and now we're just looking nice. We pick up Aesol, and our Veigar he's chilling right now. I don't know why I brought him up. I also grab a Cho'Gath here, and I gotta note, this is my very first... Oh, bro, look at that Morgana ult. This guy cannot get through our shields, dude. Look at Cassidon. He hasn't even been touched. Oh, man, that guy's sad. He's lucky he didn't get eliminated. He probably would have been so triggered. Yeah, let's go. But like I was saying, this was my very first time experimenting with this Solari comp. I realize now that as soon as you get the 6 sorcerers, you put it in. Like, you even prioritize it over putting in tanks. So I sell the Darius. I'm like, I need to make space for more sorcerers. Immediately the game gave me more Darius, and I was like, wow, good job, Rito. So yeah, because you don't really need a tank, right, with this composition. When you have the 6 sorcerers out and triple Solari, everyone's a tank. So now we got the 1200 bonus. Look at this. Look at these shields. This is unbelievable. I believe this is the guy who clapped us as well with his rangers. And look at the shield stays. We have Rage Blade on our Aesol. Like, we looking nice right now. Massive spike. We hit our late game perfectly. So now, honestly, all we do is slowly level and slowly upgrade the sorcerers we have. And this is like the plus side, right? This is the extra credit. If you're able to still stack your Aurelian Soul with mana items like Spear of Sojin and attack speed items like Rage Blade, he is still your hyper carry. He'll always just kill the enemy team, right? Because Aesol with the 6 sorcerer bonus is just too good. And then if you notice in the chat, the assassins guy complains about the triple locket and I hit him with the McChickens again. Oh man, that guy. He didn't know how to like deal with that. It was funny. I don't even know why I was doing that. Oh, I don't know why. That just makes me low. I don't know why. Holy crap. So here we reposition to the middle. It's just efficient because we have a better chance to just rotate to the left or right, if we're from the center. And this guy's looking pretty strong. He has elementals with Kale and a Sojin on his brand. So beautiful Gnar and Kenanol on by his team. This one is looking like a loss. Oh my god. Psych. Oh wait, oh, it's close. Ari gets a nice orb off. Lulu gets another ult. Woo! That guy is actually pretty strong though. Aesol carried that though. He freaking shot the voice of light straight through the heart of his team. That was clean. Alright, so I look around to scout, and this part is pretty interesting because when you hit level 8, you can't get the full Solari stack on your entire team anymore. Someone has to be left out. So usually you put your weakest unit out of the shield bonus, but this is also kind of like a awkward point of the game because like someone has to be left out of the cool circle. So we scrap Ghoul again. He has a massive Vayne who is also a Glacial. Nice. Sejuani gets a beautiful ult on his entire team that combos perfectly into the Aurelian Soul ult. Just look at our shield value. Look at Kassadin. He's level 2. Oh man. This composition though, it's so freaking cool. Because this game, it's so... Like, this build has been in it since the beginning. Oh, here's a nice upgrade on Veigar. Yep, I decided to put him back in the cool circle and isolate someone else. That's so funny. But yeah, so like I was saying, this composition was figured out like just recently. That's how much depth there is to this game. It's like there are compositions that could just be insanely busted that we don't even know about. And I actually learned about this build from Saint Vicious. I got matched up against him and he absolutely ran me over with this. And I'm like, okay, we're trying that out. So this was the game immediately after he clapped me. Super funny. Because this is the concept, right? I said before. The shield ensures your mages to ult. And that's literally it. Like, that's how sorcerers are built. That's why I have a problem with this build, because if your sorcerers always are enabled to ult, that's a problem. Like, the shield needs to fade away, and then I feel like it'll be balanced. But to counterpoint to that though, it's very heavily dependent on getting lockets, right? If you don't have the lockets and you don't strengthen a front line, right, and you just keep constantly strengthening your mages, you'll just get blown up by people who know what they're doing. For example, compositions that do pretty well against this, I would say, are Super Imperial Draven comps, where he has a bunch of lifesteal and he has the Dragon's Claw magic resist. He'll just like live the AP damage and heal up through it, right? Okay, so let's go. Fighting Ghoul again. We got the Sojin on ASO though. Look at that Voice of Light. Like, yo, let's go. Shoop. Another one. Look how sad his Vayne is. She can't even pierce through our Morgue. Oh, man. Let's go. The late game on this composition is just, it feels so good. Because your composition just, it's so scrappy with all these shields. So we're down to just us and Buttfax, who's rocking the Mole Little Legend. That's pretty questionable, I would say. And another thing I misplayed in this game is I should have just used all my gold to keep re-rolling. If ever you golden any of your sorcerers and you have the triple Solari developed, it's literally over. So here I grabbed the Yasuo, I put him in with a BF sword. He just gives us extra CC and tankiness. He's a really, really good unit. And the beautiful thing about him, right? Because you know how I have to isolate a unit from our cool guy circle? Someone can't get the shield. He's perfect, right? Because he gets a shield when he's isolated. He's like the literal perfect unit to fit in for the comp. He does not mind at all being just the loner. And the cool thing about that match was that man was actually level 9 and we absolutely ran him over. Okay, so one thing I want to go over with Dragon is Dragon still beats Sorcerer comps because he has a bunch of magic resist. So it's pretty pivotal to have a good AD damage dealer like Yasuo or Gnar at this point. Also, one thing to note too, if you put Rageblade on your Acel, he does technically still do a lot of AD damage because he has the AD from the BF sword and just a ton of attack speed. But as you can see, the triple Solari and our CC still will give us a pretty good shot at beating this guy. He gets scooped by Yas. Look at this. Look at Kassadin. Look at this. And with the Lulu on the shields, he tanked like 6 shots from Dragon as a level 2 cast. Yo, let's go. The funniest thing too, that man gave us 2 tiers. Your opponents are gonna need these. Just end him quick, please. Put him out of his misery. So we have our tankiest units in the front, and then our 3 carries in the back. We don't get the Morgana gold in, even though we hit it. And let's go. Scrap with this mole. Nice, beautiful Sejuani ult, stops the Karthus ult, and our backline is just tearing through his composition. Aurelion Sol with the 6 sorcerer buff is unstoppable. We run over our opponent with 40 plus gold. This build is absolutely fun. I hope you guys go out and try it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like or subscribe if you want to see more. But once again, guys, this is Metal Chocobo, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.